Hello everyone, my name is Naomi and I'm here today as a part of our organization called SHAPE. SHAPE stands for Sustainable, Happy, and Prosperous Earth. Humanity has put tremendous effort to carve a path in education for the coming generation. Yet despite our very sincere effort, it still appears that our education is incomplete. In an effort to reshape our vision and our approaches to education, we at SHAPE are introducing a very new model of education called H3 education. This education can be implemented in any school or home education environment. Today, I'm going to share about this initiative. After many years of experiences, experiments, and exploring many forms of education as both a teacher and as a parent, I have found this model of education to be extremely relevant to the needs of the coming generation and to the earth, extremely impactful at tackling humanity's greatest challenges, and extremely capable of ensuring a better future for all. Wherever you are living, whether it be in a village, in a town, in a rural area, or a city, wherever you are in the world, maybe you too will find that this model of education is meaningful, relevant, and useful. Education happens in collaboration, so let's come together and shape a beautiful future for the next generation. Let's get started.
SHAPE, Sustainable, Happy, and Prosperous Earth. Today I'm going to be presenting to you a new way of education based on the worldview of harmonious coexistence propounded by A. Nagraj, who is a personal mentor of mine. Today I want to express my gratitude to A. Nagraj and all members of his family. Shape the present, save the future. Whatever future we would like to see for all of humanity and everything on the earth, it is our responsibility to shape it in the present. Only then our future is secured. SHAPE is a non-profit organization that provides a platform to collectively move towards a sustainable, happy, and prosperous earth. SHAPE has 3 areas of focus: SHAPE education, SHAPE living, and SHAPE Connect. Today we will be talking about our H3 education model, which is an initiative of SHAPE education. We are living in a time of rapid change and uncertainty. Humanity is facing many complex challenges. The first 4 challenges that I will be addressing today are challenges that have the potential to cause existential threat and put humanity at extremely high risk. The first area is environmental problems, such as climate change, ecosystem collapse, pollution, and much more. The second complex challenge are problems of war and violence, such as armed conflict, potential use of weapons of mass destruction, and danger of wars. The third complex challenge is new and emerging technological problems, such as disruptive AI and bioengineering, new surveillance technology, and lethal autonomous weapon systems. And the fourth is pandemic, which is something that is very relevant in the times in which we are living. And now we are uncertain if in the future there may be more extreme pandemics than the one we are facing today. Other than those 4 challenges that have the potential to cause existential threat, there are other challenges such as social and economic problems, such as hunger and poverty, lack of relevant and meaningful education, lack of access to health, inequality, and so much more. In addition, there are other complex family, relationship, and personal problems. So, what can we notice from all of these problems? The root of all problems are related to human beings and their choices. The problems do not reside in the birds, in the butterflies, in the soil, in the water, but the problems reside in human beings and the choices and activities we are engaging in every day. These problems are global in nature, and they are not limited to local or national boundaries. These problems are putting the sustenance of humanity at very high risk. And these problems will become increasingly complex, and we might reach a point of no return if we do not take them seriously. To find solutions to these problems, we need to raise our awareness. Whatever challenges we are facing today are merely a reflection of our level of awareness. If we raise our level of awareness, then fundamentally how we relate with each other and with everything around us will ultimately change. We need to enhance our ability to ensure our well-being, to relate well with people in our family, with other human beings in our neighborhood, in the society at large, and to relate well with the environment around us. We need to ensure active engagement at all levels and make sure that whatever we are speaking is turned into action. And we need to foster collaboration from local to global level. All of these can only be accomplished through education. Education is the base of change. It requires a new shape, and we need to reshape how we think, how we relate, and how we do. For that, there is a need to recognize where we are at currently and where we want to reach. Our current model of education grew out of the industrial age of factory schooling, and it is no longer relevant for the needs of today. So let's have a look at the roots of this current model and see where we would like to transition towards. So this outdated model is subject-centered in its approach, which means every subject is seen in isolation, and that is the focal point of our children's education. What we need to transition towards is real-life, real-world approach. We need to move from a fragmented model towards a holistic and multidisciplinary approach where all the subjects and themes are interrelated and working together. The end goal of this outdated model is to prepare students for the job market, whereas we need to transition towards preparing students to become self-reliant human beings who can fulfill all of their necessities in their relationships, while at the same time ensuring a harmonious humanity and balanced planet. We need to move forward from an information-dominating system towards a deep understanding, creativity, with evidence in living. We need to move forward from exams and tests being the dominant way of evaluating towards multiple ways of assessment and self-evaluation. We need to move from individualistic way of seeing towards an interdependent and collaborative view. From passive learning to active and inspired engagement. And from disconnected small tasks towards a whole integrated approach. So, we are schooled, but are we well educated? And what does it mean to be educated today? If humanity and the entire Earth is experiencing extreme challenges at all fronts, what does that say about our education? And how will things look different if we are well educated? When human beings are able to live well with matter, plants, animals, and other human beings by enriching and complementing everyone and everything in the system, then we can say that we are well educated. What do we really want for our next generation? We need a meaningful education with a holistic approach that addresses all aspects and needs of life for everyone. How do we see ourselves and all of our needs? In the past, people used to be looked at through the lens of IQ, which is intellectual quotient, PQ, which is physical quotient, EQ, and SQ, which is spiritual quotient. The primary focus was on an individual's needs without its context. Yet we see that in order to understand an individual properly, we need to see human beings in a more integrated manner in relation with the whole. So we are introducing 3 dimensions that address all of human beings' needs. The first one is SIQ, spiritual intellectual quotient. Here, spiritual means our relationship with the whole existence, seeing our inseparability and interconnectivity with everyone and everything. The intellectual domain has to do with our relationships with our own inner self, our choices, thoughts, desires, and understanding. The intellectual aspect only gets fulfilled in relation with the whole. The second dimension is SEQ, social emotional quotient. Our emotional fulfillment depends on the quality of our relationships with other human beings, in the family, society, and our feeling of belongingness with entire humankind. And the third dimension is EPQ, environmental physical quotient. Our physical health depends on a healthy environment. If our air and water are polluted and the environment is out of balance, and we think that we can have a healthy life, that's not the case. The health of our bodies depends upon a healthy planet. And all of these 3 dimensions go hand in hand and work together to ensure our complete well-being. For our social, emotional needs, we need to address our spiritual, intellectual needs. And for this, we need to address our physical and environmental needs. All dimensions support each other. We need a relevant and responsive approach that fosters the well-being of everyone and everything together. Change in education has never mattered more than today. The world is quickly changing. Nowadays, the future seems very uncertain. What is relevant today may become obsolete in the years to come. Yet some aspects of life are unchanging. Despite all of the rapid changes in the world, some aspects of life are timeless and universally relevant. And what are those unchanging necessities? We need a healthy state of mind and a healthy body. We need reliable relationships and a stable family with emotional and material fulfillment. We need social harmony founded upon trust with human security worldwide. And we need environmental or ecological balance, which is fully dependent on our ability to ensure global cooperation. These will always be necessary and the same for everyone, everywhere. And humanity cannot ensure long-term sustenance on the earth without them. Change begins with a new vision of education. H3 education, a paradigm shift in education. H3 stands for healthy state of mind, healthy relationships, healthy planet. In other words, H3 stands for harmony within, harmony with each other, and harmony with the environment. These are our main objectives and all-around parameters, and this is what makes our education for each child successful. So what is H3 education? It is a new, innovative education model rooted in the worldview of harmonious coexistence, propounded by Sri A. Nagaraj. This worldview fosters holistic and harmonious living to ensure undivided humanity and a balanced earth. This worldview sees that everything is related and nothing exists in isolation. There is an inherent harmony and balance in the existence from the atomic to cosmic level. Human beings have the potential to evidence the same harmony, and education provides an opportunity to understand and participate in harmonious coexistence. To accomplish the 3 H's, we have 3 target areas: being, feeling, and doing. Being is the domain of knowledge and deep understanding. It has to do with our relationship with our own inner self and our relationship with the whole existence. It enables a holistic vision of inseparability and interconnectedness with the whole, which results in fulfilling our spiritual intellectual quotient and results in harmony within. The second area is feeling or belonging, which has to do with our domain of behavior, how we relate with others. It has to do with our relationship between myself and other human beings. It enables us to live with universal values such as trust, care, gratitude, and more. It leads to fulfilling our social emotional quotient and results in harmony with each other. The third area is doing or becoming. This has to do with the domain of work or skills for participating in the system. It has to do with our relationship with the rest of the environment around us, such as soil, stones, water, air, insects, plants, trees, animals, and everything all together in nature. It enables a meaningful participation in system, and it leads to fulfilling our environmental physical quotient, and ultimately results in harmony with the environment. Let's take a more in-depth look at the 3 H's. Healthy state of mind has to do with the realm of deep understanding. Healthy relationships has to do with our behavior, the way we conduct ourselves with other human beings. And healthy planet has to do with work or relevant and meaningful skills in participation with the environment around me. For a healthy state of mind, I need to see my relationship with the whole existence and with my inner self. And what is the proof that I'm able to see my relationship with the whole existence? I'm able to ensure healthy relationships with other human beings around me, in the family, in the society, or all the way up to a global level. And that results in a healthy planet, which means I'm able to ensure my relationship with myself and the rest of the environment around me. Understanding of all of these relationships leads to a mentality of harmonious coexistence, where now I can see that I'm not by myself in this existence. I'm an integral part of the whole. This leads to realizing undivided society and actualizing a system of global cooperation. This allows a state of being good, feeling good, and doing good. It enables our spiritual and psychological well-being, our social and emotional well-being, as well as our environmental and physical well-being. This leads to a deep level of understanding, or you could say knowledge, wisdom, and science, which means that I have all the answers of what, why, and how. It leads to humane conduct, where I am able to relate well with everyone around me, as well as expertise, proficiency, and wiseness. Expertise has to do with our level of skills, relevant skills. Proficiency has to do with how I relate with others around me, and wiseness has to do with my ability to make choices that consider the well-being of all. This means I'm able to participate in a harmonious system. I'm able to live justfully with mutual satisfaction with those around me, and I can ensure harmony in nature, which means balance in Earth's temperature, weather, forest, and minerals. This means I have a deep holistic understanding, which ensures positive emotions and sociality, as well as self-reliance and occupation. This leads to resolution, prosperity, fearlessness, and coexistence, which are 4 common human objectives that allow us to live well with everyone and everything altogether. And ultimately, this leads to joy, peace, contentment, and sustainable happiness. In order to accomplish all of this, how do we view each child? We see that every child is a gifted child, and every child is born with 3 universal gifts, regardless of their nationality, their religion, their class, gender. Since birth, every child wants justice. They want to ensure mutually satisfying relationships. They desire to do kind work and behavior, and they speak the truth. Through education, every child can develop the capability to live with justice, the ability to do kind work and behavior, and the receptivity to know the truth, which means harmonious coexistence of all, how everyone and everything is coexisting together. We have 5 education outcomes that we support all of our children to achieve. We support children to develop inner confidence, which means the ability to live in harmony and ensure meaningful participation in the whole. This results in sustainable happiness and a higher level of resilience. We support them to recognize excellence, which means to ensure the ability to identify people and humane qualities that we innately want to see in our own life. We want them to acknowledge the inherent good in human beings and make choices by considering the greater well-being of all. We support children to have balance in talent and personality, which means having the confidence in one's own understanding, being able to express, communicate, and manifest conduct of humanness in one's living as a proof of their understanding. So not just simply what they are speaking, it should be something that is proven while relating with others. We support our children to make proper choices of food, lifestyle, and behavior that enable harmony with humans and the environment. We also support every child to enable sociality in their behavior, which means the ability to have satisfying and reliable relationships. We support them to evidence values, character, and ethics in their living. We support them to build trust and cooperation in the society and actualize collaborative, harmonious systems. And lastly, we support every child to become self-reliant in occupation, which means the ability to access all their material goods through engagement and meaningful work in order to fulfill all of their physical necessities, as well as ensure society's progress. When one is self-reliant, it results in a feeling of abundance, which means of absence of any feeling of lack. And it also results in a healthy and balanced condition on the earth. The H3 education model, raising awareness through value-based education. Our approach is moving forward from the subject-based education towards a life-essential theme-based approach that is relevant to every aspect of one's life. Life, real world, real time equals real change. When we say the word life, what do we really mean? Let's have a look at the spectrum of life. There are 4 dimensions to life that we can see relevant in our lives every day. The first one is realization, which has to do with how I see myself in relation to the larger whole. Thought has to do with the domain of resolution, which means having clarity or understanding of my relationship with all of humankind and the environment. Our thoughts lead to action. Behavior has to do with my relationship with other human beings, and work has to do with our relationship with the rest of nature. Life also has to do with 5 situations: individual, family, society, nation, and the entire globe. And all of these needs to be addressed. Being has to do with ourselves as an individual. Feeling has to do with family, all the way up to society, our undivided society. And doing has to do with nation, all the way up to a global level where we ensure a system of global cooperation. Being also has to do with the domain of realization and thought. Feeling has to do with the domain of behavior when we relate with other human beings. And doing has to do with the domain of work. These 3 target areas have a very comprehensive reach that address all aspects of one's life. So let's take a closer look at our life essential themes. All themes are related to the 3 H's. Themes are explored through the lens of system-based, relation-centered learning. Since there is an inherent coexistence where everyone and everything is interrelated, there is a need to understand things in togetherness with their larger context, and nothing can be understood in isolation. So anything we are studying, it is through the lens of system and relationships. System has to do with all parts are working together for a larger whole. If we view the body, we would see that each organ, although it has its own function, each organ is working together and cooperating to ensure that the entire body is healthy. So we can't look at any organ in isolation. We need to look at all parts working together for a larger whole. Similarly, if we look at a forest ecosystem, there's fungi and moss and trees and plants and flowers and bugs and animals. All are useful and complementary to each other, and all are working together to ensure that the forest is able to ensure its health and continuity. So anything we're seeing, we need to see how everything is working together as a part of a larger system. As well, we need to see that all of our learning happens in relationship, whether it be relationships from our home environment, from our school environment, from our neighborhood, and beyond. But nothing can happen without relationships. So if we want to understand ourselves, we need to see ourselves within the larger context of the relationships that support us. The themes help students to build a system and solution-oriented mindset, and students become capable of participating in harmonious systems. So let's take a look at our themes. The following themes have to do with the area of being, which is related to ensuring a healthy state of mind or harmony within. Or what we can say, it ensures systems in existence and within our inner self. Here are some of the themes. Our common goals, coexistence, systems in existence, nature, matter, plant, animal, human, and natural systems, reality, observation, and understanding, physical, chemical, and conscious functions, togetherness mindset, and a healthy state of mind. The following themes have to do with the area of feeling, or healthy relationships, harmony with each other, undivided society, relationships, emotions, and family, society and complementariness, communication, behavior, language, art, and media, and celebrations. The final list of themes have to do with H3, the domain of doing, which relates to a healthy planet, harmony with the environment, or universal systems and a system of global cooperation. Human history and a new era, our necessities, human settlements and healthy living setup, education and awareness, knowledge, wisdom, science, the human body, food, health, and wellness, cyclical production and abundance, technology, innovations, and societal progress, sustainable energy, responsible use of resources, self-sufficiency, development, and sustainability. Some other themes are exchange systems and fairness, justice and security, culture, civilization, law, and governance, global citizenship, values, character, and ethics, human rights, responsibilities, and duties, global cooperation and world family, environmental balance and thriving earth, and sustainable happiness. Those are our 30 themes that have to do with the 3 H's. These 30 themes support the learning of children from elementary all the way to university. So how does it work? All the themes are relevant and applicable to life, so they evoke students' natural curiosity. All of the relevant themes naturally integrate subjects such as language, math, science, social studies, and arts, and much more. All the themes provide a meaningful context for the subjects to be explored in a multidisciplinary and a holistic way with a global perspective, where the well-being of all is at the forefront. So here's a look at some of the subjects. As you can see, the subjects are not the central area of learning. Instead, our life essential themes are at the center. And all the other subjects such as math, science, social studies, language arts, physical education, fine arts, health, history, geography, all are integrated and working together, and ultimately they're supporting the students to understand those life essential themes. This allows for a more integrated approach rather than a fragmented one. Now all the subjects become useful to support the students to understand the life essential themes, which ultimately supports the students to work towards ensuring the 3 H's. With a holistic mindset, all the life essential themes lend themselves to creative and collaborative projects, technology and innovation, artistic handwork, meaningful production skills, and so much more, all is a means to enhance our ability to live with the 3 H's. So now, when students are engaging in technology and innovation, they are thinking about it in terms of how we can further our ability to ensure a healthy state of mind, healthy relationships, and a healthy planet. The method via which we accomplish this education is through the system-based relation-centered learning. Relationships are at the very core of education, and learning cannot happen without nurturing and reliable relationships. This H3 education fosters the observation of holistic, real-world harmonious systems everywhere and the web of relationships at their very core. All learning is rooted in relationships, whether it be in the family, the society, or a relationship with the environment around us. In the process, we developed impactful awareness activities, case studies, design projects, hands-on tasks, and so much more, all to encourage active engagement and collaboration in the learning process while moving towards sustainable solutions. We also utilize additional methods such as collaborative learning, inquiry-based learning, play-based learning, project-based learning, and phenomena-based learning. We utilize evidence-based practices. The goal of this education is that students should evidence the 3 H's in their living. There are 3 evidences that we focus on. The first one is evidence and understanding. This refers to excellence in knowledge, wisdom, and science, which means students have answers to what, why, and how, and they are able to be helpful to others for their understanding. This is evidenced as a healthy state of mind. Yet what is the proof of a healthy state of mind? A healthy state of mind is evidenced in the following 2 areas: our behavior and work. The second evidence is evidence in behavior. This means that students are proficient in relationship skills. They are able to relate well with everyone and ensure mutual satisfaction. This is called justice. And the third evidence is evidence in work, which means students have expertise and occupational skills. Students have the relevant skills to fulfill their physical needs in their family while ensuring societal progress, as well as a healthy, prosperous, and balanced earth. H3 education, which means healthy state of mind, healthy relationships, and healthy planet. That is the primary goal of this education. Just above that, we have our life essential themes. All the life essential themes are supporting each student to move towards the 3 H's. Just above our life essential themes are relevant projects. All the relevant projects are supporting the life essential themes, which are supporting our students to move towards H3. Above the relevant projects, we can see subjects. The subjects now are supporting the relevant projects, which support the life essential themes, which support our ability to ensure the 3 H's. And lastly, our web of relationships, teachers, our guardians or family members, the community, society, our social systems, and environment and surroundings, all of those things are also important in supporting our learning, ultimately so that each child can move towards ensuring a healthy state of mind, healthy relationships, and a healthy planet, which are the 3 H's. Education is a joint effort. For the wholesome education of every child, 4 inner and 4 outer factors are absolutely necessary. The 4 inner factors are teacher, teaching, content, and methodology. But those in and of themselves are not complete. The 4 outer factors are the family, or guardians, which is where education begins, the community and society, the environment and surroundings, and the social systems. All together is a joint effort and is a collective responsibility. So to educate one child, we need to consider all of these aspects. What are the unique features of this education model? This education enables a vision of harmonious coexistence. It is an education that addresses our whole life. It raises awareness through value education, with values such as gratitude, trust, and more. It has life-essential themes. We utilize a system-based, relationship-centered approach. We offer engaging projects, integrated subjects. Our learning is always relevant, so we focus on timeless aspects of life. We utilize collaborative learning. This education fosters holistic understanding and meaningful and practical skills. And we utilize evidence-based practice that ultimately has to do with real life and real time. H3 education. It helps us move forward from environmental problems towards balance in the Earth's temperature, in weather, in natural resources, and the richness and diversity of ecosystems. H3 education moves us from problems of violence and war towards realizing human unity, developing a system of global cooperation, and nurturing kind behavior and work. This education helps us move forward from the challenges of new and emerging technological problems towards the emergence of innovative and appropriate technology that is people and planet-friendly and helps human well-being, societal progress, and ensures healthy conditions on the Earth. H3 education supports us in order to find solutions for pandemics. This is done by nurturing balanced personality with responsible food choices, appropriate lifestyle, and reliable, harmonious relationships. Along with this, we work to foster trust, cooperation, and transparency in our global community, so that even if there is a pandemic, we can cooperate and overcome it together. And lastly, this education helps us move forward from social and economic problems towards realizing social harmony by building the capacity to live with justice, enabling confidence in sustainable production, ensuring fair exchange, making this H3 education available for all, and ensuring better health accessibility for everyone. We also have an education platform that addresses education institutions, individual learners, teachers, and parents. On our platform, we help support teachers to become more happy so they can help ensure a flourishing future for their students. We support families to be more happy and participate in a happy world. We support schools to become happy and joyful learning places. And we also support universities to become more happy places where quality of thought and quality of relationships, along with relevant and meaningful skills, are all addressed. This SHAPE education platform is a place where you can access free curriculum, resources, activities, lesson plans, classes, and much more. It is offered as a gift to the society because we believe that something good should be passed on. We are making this accessible to anyone all over the world, and it is a model that can be replicated anywhere and can be adopted according to one's context. This is a work in progress. We are launching this H3 education for the 2021 to 2022 school year. Our education model can be adopted in various school settings as well as home education environments. The collective success of humanity depends on quality education. Thank you from the SHAPE team.
Thank you for listening. If you want to engage or learn more about SHAPE and our education initiatives, then please contact us.